are you?
I'm tired.
Day 2 of the ASC 2009.
It's great.
Second year running.
I know, it's fantastic. I am tired, but I will say I'm so excited for the attendees.
Yeah.
I see it in their face again this year, just like I did last year.
That little spark that just sort of pops up and goes, oh, I'm inspired.
I know. And they're just floating. They're floating already on day 2, and that's really...
Their eyes are hanging out of their heads, but they're floating.
It's gratifying because I work really hard all year to put this event together and to bring in a faculty that are not only really good at what they do as songwriters and producers and publishers and industry executives, but they're good at teaching what they do as well.
They've got a way of delivering it.
Yeah, and even our guest speakers, like we had Andrew Farris here yesterday, and he's not normally a speaker. I mean, he's not a speaker. He's a songwriter. He's a performer, and he's brilliant at what he does. Yeah. But I think the really great thing, the reason why these people feel comfortable with us is because I don't ask them to come in and give a lecture. That's Jason's job.
That's right.
You know, and Jason is brilliant at delivering his seminars and workshops,
exactly.
and he knows how to capture his audience and really make them think. And you do see those little light bulbs go off over people's heads when Jason's talking. With the guest speakers, people like Andrew and Gary and Adam Harvey on Monday, on Monday.
Yeah.
I don't ask them to get up and do a lecture. That's not what they do.
No.
What I ask of them is to share their personal knowledge and wisdom when it comes to songwriting, particularly in their genre, and to share their personal songwriting process. Yeah. Because attendees who come to the event, they're like sponges, and they soak up all this information, and not all of it will fit with them. As Jason says, I can give you the tools and you play with them and decide which one works for you.
That's it.
And it's the same with the guest speakers.
Yeah.
And by giving them the opportunity to deliver what's in their heart about the craft,
that's it.
We're getting the best of them because we invite all of our faculty to spend real time with us, not just come and go. Some of them do, but most of them stay with us for at least a day or 2.
And it's the one-on-one.
Yeah, absolutely. And they feel comfortable doing that because they come in and they can see the attendees are here. It's a peer situation, so they can kick back and really spend quality time with the attendees and relax, and everybody does. And so the attendees get even more from the pros, more than they would normally get. I've been to some really great events overseas, and they're brilliant. Taxi Road Rally is amazing. I went in November. I went there to promote the
Taxi
ASC.
are one of our sponsors.
They're one of our sponsors, and I went over there, and they were kind enough to let me promote ASC over there. And it blew me away. I mean, I can't even describe this event. It was massive. 1,700 attending songwriters, 20 or 30 workshops, seminars and other things going on at a time. All day stuff was going on. There were hundreds of things over the 4 days, and it blew me away. It was amazing. But for me as a songwriter, if I want to learn about the craft from professionals, I want to get up and close and personal to them.
Exactly.
And so whilst Taxi does what it does really well, I also like the idea of being able to come to an event like this and spend real time with speakers and the professionals, and spend time up here at their rung in the ladder, not down where I am, but to get a feel for what it's like up there, just to spend that time in their presence. It inspires me to want to be up there too, and to work harder to get to that level. Really, we've got a great recording element this year with the on-site recording studio.
That's what I was saying,
and again, the demo recording process is so important for songwriters. And it's worked in really well with Adrian coming and talking with us about demo production, because Adrian is fantastic. He's a great speaker, and he puts out a lot of information that's relevant and is easy to understand. But then you can see the attendees, they want to put that into practice.
Exactly.
So now this weekend they can go down to the recording, to the production room and the blue room, and actually put that into practice and learn how to use the equipment, learn how to use the programs, and get a really firm practical
Every
understanding.
year
It'll get better,
Yeah.
and bigger, but not too big. It'll always stay nice and intimate, so that we maintain that the intimacy and the networking opportunities.
Absolutely. So 2010, it's still going to be June Long Weekend.
Absolutely,
Every year.
Every year. You know, I said this last year when people say, are you going to Tamworth in January? You know what they're asking you.
Exactly.
So, you know, in the next few years, I want people to say you're going to Edelong in June, and they'll know exactly what we're saying.
How is this venue?
Oh, isn't it great?
They have just
It's
been
so
fantastic.
cool.
Edelong Tourist Resort.
They have.
been
You know,
fantastic.
they've really looked after us, and they're bending over backward, anything we need. And the venue itself is so gorgeous because it's
beautiful.
and the weather's been great, and it's really good because we've got the market area down there, and so we've had a lot of people coming and going, and that's been really cool.
For the Australian music industry, what are you hoping the ASC will bring forward for that?
The ASC, I guess, well, I'm working on the ASC brand. ASC is not just the conference. The conference is definitely the jewel in the crown.
Because you have a vision that's like
Oh yeah, I'm a visionary.
this
mate.
big.
Visionary. People tell me all the time
Absolutely.
I'm a visionary.
You are.
Scary
You are.
stuff, really.
Well, it's not. It's
I
brilliant.
have
Here we
I
are.
have 6 initiatives altogether.
Yep.
Plus a few little extras that, you know, on the side.
That's
but
it.
I have 6 initiatives altogether. We've got the Australian Songwriters Conference, which we're working to develop, and it'll continue to evolve.
Yep.
And we have also put together ASC Songwriter Assist, which is our new songwriter organisation. And like everything else under ASC, I'm letting it evolve naturally. And ASC Songwriter Assist is going to develop quite well this year, I think, now that we've got some members and we're starting to work on that. ASC Music Publishing, we've started that up, and we'll be starting to sign over the next couple of months. We've already got some writers that want to sign with us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
there's a lot coming up for ASC, but it'll all develop as it should, in the order that it should. I'm letting that happen. I believe that the more I push, the less likely it is to happen. Whereas if I just put it out there, work with people as they come along, and they always come along at the right time with the right skills, just as it has with the conference. And it kind of just developed from there, and it made sense, and it's all tied in so beautifully.
Lisa, thank you so much.